Red Bull's Max Verstappen and McLaren driver Lando Norris are set for talks to clear the air ahead of this weekend's British Grand Prix, following their heated battle for the lead at the Red Bull Ring that ended in contact. Verstappen was deemed to have caused the lap 64 collision that ended Norris's race in Austria, with the stewards handing him a 10-second time penalty and 2 points on his license. But in the aftermath, the two teams locked horns over the incident, with Norris calling his rival's moves to keep him behind as reckless, desperate and aggressive across several failed attempts. Verstappen, though, denied he was illegally moving under braking and refuted reports that heralded it as a return to the old Max. That's always easy to say from the outside, that I was moving under braking, but I think the guy in the car knows best what he's doing, Verstappen said. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff says his late race radio call to George Russell, telling him he could win the Austrian Grand Prix, was one of the stupidest things he's ever done, with the Brit almost crashing. Wolff was live and loud on the team's radio as soon as Verstappen and Norris clashed, but failed to look for Russell's location on GPS first. I just saw the two of them crash into each other. It's the first time that's happened to me in 12 years. He's fully on the brakes at 320 kilometers per hour, and I tell him that the two of them have collided. I have to think about it first, Wolff said. Ferrari reserve Oliver Bearman is set to be announced as a Haas driver for 2025, ahead of this weekend's 75th British Grand Prix. The 19-year-old impressed the paddock when he scored points on debut for Ferrari in Saudi Arabia, where he was called up at the last minute to replace Carlos Sainz, then suffering from appendicitis. But while Bearman is 14th in the F2 standings following his win in the Austria Sprint, Ferrari saw all it needed to know in Jeddah.
I had one eye on those last 10 laps as Ollie was being chased down by Lando and Lewis, and I thought, come on Ollie, just don't make a mistake. And he was absolutely perfect. He was inch perfect. His best lap of the race was the penultimate lap. He was getting more and more comfortable, and you just thought, yeah, that is the test of the guy.
Red Bull Motorsport consultant Dr. Helmut Marko has given his strongest hint yet that Liam Lawson is set to get next year's RB drive, a move that would end Daniel Ricciardo's F1 career. RB is facing increasing pressure to promote its reserve Lawson for 2025, with the New Zealander able to walk from the brand if it doesn't, forfeiting 4 years of significant investment in him. But Marko says Lawson's future is now sealed, following Sergio Perez's Red Bull Racing deal extension that was made as a result of Ricciardo's failure to show exceptional performances. Their shareholders have made it clear that RB is a junior team, and we have to act accordingly, Marko told Austrian newspaper Kleine Zeitung. RB incumbent Ricciardo, though, says he still has time to save his drive, likely until the summer break, giving him 3 races to deliver the performance that will give him his best chance of keeping his seat. Pierre Gasly has nailed his colors to the Alpine mast, with the French driver signing a long-term renewal, despite no guarantee of #1 status, with Carlos Sainz on the squad's shopping list. It was rumored Gasly was looking at his options beyond Enstone, given the squad's ongoing upheaval, but said in the announcement that it has always been the plan to build a long-term project with the team. Gasly's extension for 2025 and beyond will be a relief for Alpine, especially team boss Bruno Haron, with the move bringing crucial credibility to the squad at a time when it has re-employed its disgraced former team boss Flavio Briatore as its executive advisor. Gasly's teammate will be announced in due course, though it's likely that reserve driver Jack Doohan will be promoted for his F1 debut. Aston Martin spilled no surprises in Austria, with news Lance Stroll will remain at the Green Squad into 2025 and beyond, ensuring that it has a stable driver lineup for the third straight year. Stroll, son of Aston Martin executive chairman Lawrence Stroll, has been lauded by the squad for what it says is the key role he's played in building the team since he joined in 2019. The 25-year-old has netted 3 podiums and 1 pole position across his 8-year career in the sport and continues as he began the season, excited for Aston Martin's progress.
It's been an incredible journey the last few years, for sure. We've grown so much as a team, and I think the future is very bright, and hopefully a lot more growing to come.
Stroll's new deal leaves 7 seats left on the 2025 grid. Though Merck is set to run its rookie Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Haas is set for Esteban Ocon alongside Oliver Bearman, while Sauber is the big question mark. Former Alpine technical director Matt Harman has joined Williams as its new design director as part of the British team's major recruitment drive. Harman is the highest profile of the 26 new hires, which include Fabrice Moncard, Juan Molina from Haas, Steve Winstanley, and Richard Frith. More are to arrive at Grove over the coming year. Williams is enjoying a real momentum boost at the moment, led by team boss James Vowles. We are on a mission to fight our way back to the front, and being able to attract experienced championship-winning talent from other teams demonstrates huge belief in the journey we are on, he said. Mercedes' longtime trackside engineering director Andrew Shovlin says this year's development race will play a greater part than ever in results. The Silver Arrows have enjoyed a performance upswing in recent races, care of a technical breakthrough and related upgrades that led to George Russell's Austria win. But Shovlin says the pressure is now on Merck to keep its feet on the throttle as much as the drivers.
We've got more stuff coming. We can see that gap getting down, and as it gets smaller, it's motivating people even more to sort of push to bring small developments. And qualifying's been so tight recently, just bringing a few hundredths of a second to a car can see you further up the grid. That gives you an opportunity to finish in better places. So we are flat out.
Aston Martin ambassador Pedro de la Rosa says the Green Squad knows what it has to do to move up the grid, with only time needed to achieve it. Aston Martin is 5th in the standings after 11 rounds with no podiums and 58 points, well down on its results at the same point in 2023 when it was 3rd with 6 podiums and 184 points. But De La Rosa told the sport's official podcast F1 Nation that everything is in hand at the squad's new Silverstone base.
We know why we are here, and we know exactly where to work, and just to we're heading in the right direction. So we just have to be a bit patient, which is difficult in this sport. But I have a very good feeling about the team and how we're working in-house, and the results that are coming from the campus already.
Next month's Goodwood Festival of Speed is set for an energy boost, with Red Bull bringing a significant contingent to celebrate 20 years in F1. Led by its ex-racing driver team principal Christian Horner, who will get behind the wheel of 2012's championship-winning RB8. David Coulthard, Mark Webber and Christian Klein will also be there. Rival McLaren will also celebrate some significant milestones, including 30 years since Ayrton Senna's passing, with his nephew Bruno set to drive his 1991 title-winning MP4-6, last seen at Monaco's historic event. While Emerson Fittipaldi will drive his 1974 title-winning M23 50 years on. Over at Aston Martin, multiple world champion Fernando Alonso will get behind the wheel of the brand's new Valiant, while Alpine will bring its F1 aspirants, Jack Doohan, Kush Maini and Sophia Flörsch, who will all get time in Enstone's 2012 E20 car. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.